We're going to go ahead and get started. It is 4 o'clock on this beautiful day that we have. I think it's going to storm here pretty soon, though, so trying to get this in before it starts raining on our lovely cameraman here. My name is Jennifer Attenweiler. I serve as the Associate Director for Residence Life and Housing. We have one of our community directors, Jeremy Miller, behind the screen taking us on a tour today. There is a chat function. I am muting folks as they join the meeting, so you can unmute yourself and ask questions, or you can go to the bottom of your screen where it says chat, and you can ask questions in that chat box of anything that you might want to know about or have questions on. There's many folks here from the Residence Life and Housing Department to be able to answer any questions. And so I will focus mostly on what Jeremy's pointing to, but I will try to pay attention to the chat as much as I can. So others from the office, feel free to join in and answer any questions that folks have. Again, we are standing right now. What you'll see is this is what we call the Woods Clearing. So it is a large walkway between all of our buildings in the Woods community. There are 9 buildings that house students here on campus. They are all suite style living, which means that they have one room connected by another room that share kind of a bathroom, or they have what we call a double deluxe that has a bathroom for 2 people and a triple for 3 people. But right now we are looking on the outside of our buildings. This is a nice green space that students can gather, be outdoors when it's nice out, and we'll show you some of the other common amenities that our Woods community has to offer as well. So we are going to head inside to Oak Hall. It's our tour floor that has a lot of our different styles of rooms that we're going to show you today. And so thank you again for joining us. We are excited to have you here as we take you through one of our popular housing styles. Students love to live in the woods because all of these buildings are close knit together, and you get to meet a lot of people living in the woods because there are 9 buildings, right? And there's a lot of our first year and upperclassmen students who choose to stay here as well because they love that close knit feel of being next to their neighbors and all of the different activities that go on throughout the buildings and in the community here. We're waiting for a seat. So we have Jerry's just showing us our hallway key that will let you in. You will be issued a hallway key that lets you into your specific hallways in the woods, so they are locked down. As you will notice when you walk onto the floor, there are mailboxes located here. And so this is where students would get a key for their mailbox, and your mail would be directly delivered here to your community. And as you just saw the sign there, if you have any outgoing mail, you would go deliver to the community office, which we'll show you here in a few minutes. As you will notice, there's probably not an opportunity for packages to fit into mailboxes. So our packages are delivered to our main Residence Life and Housing office, and that's where you would go pick up anything you ordered from Amazon or books from companies and things like that. So you would get an email saying that you have a package because we don't allow people to just come and deliver them to your doorstep like you would have at your home. So right now we're walking down the hallway on our tour floor. We're going to show you the different room types located in the woods. And so you will see he's pointing out that there's a resident assistant room on the floors as well. We do have students who are upperclassmen students who live on these floors and will guide our residents to any questions that they may have. So right now we're going into a woods single. This is meant for 1 person. So if you haven't done your housing application yet, or you have, you'll now get to kind of see what the layout looks like. So this room is meant for 1 person. As you will see, it has a bed, it has a desk and a chair. It has a wardrobe and a dresser unit underneath the bed. So plenty of storage for your items and belongings. The students do like the desk because if you have a lot of items that you want to maybe keep secure and things like that, you can lock those up on your desk as well. So you also notice that each room has its own air conditioning unit as well. So you can control the temperature in your room. And you'll notice that over in the right-hand corner there is a microwave and refrigerator, mini refrigerator, and that comes furnished in the room as well. So you don't need to bring any of those items with you. There's plenty of cabinet space to store personal belongings in or pantry items as well, economy space. Then you will see that there is a bathroom located there too, which okay, we're gonna go into the bathroom, and you'll notice that there is, this is where the toilet and the shower are located. You'll see that there are 2 different towel racks here, one for you and for any suite mates and things like that. Here's a shower. And then there's also a little cupboard over here to the side where you can store personal items as well. And this is what most of the bathrooms look like between the suite style, no matter what room type you choose to live on in the woods. So here we are walking into our double room. So you'll notice in here, it's just a little bit larger of a room, and it has 2 beds, same types of thing, 2 desks, 2 dressers, and a 2-drawer dresser unit underneath. You can raise and lower the bed heights in these rooms. There are no lofts allowed, though. We do not allow lofts for our beds. So where some people may have seen where some students have lofted beds on different campuses, that's not something that we do for safety reasons on our campus, but you can bunk beds or you can raise and lower beds as well. And then you'll notice again, the same types of amenities just meant for 2 people in here. So it is a pretty large space, an AC unit, nice light coming in from outside as well. All right, we're gonna walk back out. So that was our single and our double room. Again, don't forget to put questions over in the chat if you have any. I'm more than willing to answer anything that you may have as we're doing our tour, so don't be shy. We are now going into the super single room. And so this is essentially the same room that we just saw, the double space, but for 1 person. A lot of our students like living in a super single just because of the size of the room, and if they want to bring a larger TV or they want to bring their own futon or some sort of other sitting chair and stuff, there's lots of space to kind of divide up the room to make it have more of a living room and a bedroom feel. And so this is a popular option for our students as well. So just wanted to show you that briefly. As you'll notice, there's our walls. So as a lot of students will ask, what can I decorate my walls with? We do allow you to pin things and items into the wall, but we ask that you not use like 3M tapes and things like that. So as you're picking up items to decorate your room, keep those in mind that will damage paint on the walls. So a lot of students want to know, what can I hang items? You can hang items, just not with those 3M things that will tear our paint off. So pins or that putty and things like that work much better. So now we are going to go to our double deluxe room, or triple. Which one are we doing? Doesn't matter. We're going to go to the double deluxe room. So this is our triple size room, but for 2 students. So we saw the double room. This one is a little bit larger. And as you will notice in this room, there is a larger fridge that is furnished in this space. So a lot of our students, again, like this size room because they want to be able to store or cook more. And so they like the space for that amenity. And also, you'll notice in here there is a bathroom just for this room. So you don't share this bathroom with another suite like you do in the other double room. This bathroom is just meant for those students who are living in this double deluxe. So a little bit larger of a bathroom, and it's just for 2 people, but it does look like the other standard shower and everything. You just don't have to try to coordinate that schedule with many other folks. And now we're going to go into our triple room. And it looks pretty similar to this, but we will show you what, in that triple room, what it looks like to have bunked beds, because there is a set that's bunked in here as well. Again, this is the same size room, but for 3 people. So you have that larger fridge, the private bath for those 3 individuals. And then you'll have 3 desks, 3 beds, a set of bunked and a single, and then the wardrobes as well. So this is again, these are fairly large size rooms. Students love our super singles and our deluxe double premium spaces because they can bring more items with them to fit in the room and in the spaces, and still remain privacy even with more than 2 people in a space as well. Here's the bathroom again. All right. Thank you, Jeremy, so much. All right. So some questions that we get as Jeremy is walking back outside to show us some of the other amenities in the woods. Some questions that we get is about what questions we get are like about laundry, and we already talked about mail and packages. We get questions about computer spaces and things like that. I'll explain some of those as we're walking outside. So we do have lounges located on all of our floors for students to also gather. And so again, not knowing what this fall is going to look like, but we do have a computer lounge located on the first floor or on the accessible floor of each building. And so you can get computer access. A lot of students do bring their own computer or laptops with them, but if there's something specific that you need to use a university computer for, you can go down to one of the floor lounges and access computers there as well. There is laundry located in the buildings as well. So it is an additional cost for washing and drying as well. I believe, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's $1.25 to wash and $1 to dry. So you will have access to laundry facilities, and the laundry facilities vary as to how many washers and dryers in each room depending on the location, but you can typically find laundry machines to use as well and not have to worry about taking them back home or to a family member or to a laundromat or anything like that. We are now located at like the 4 corners. Jeremy is walking us towards the Woods basketball court area. So you will see that there are opportunities for outside recreation and green spaces. So there's the basketball court. We also have a volleyball court back here, as well as some areas for outdoor grilling and gathering. So a lot of our staff and our residential orgs, or just groups of friends, will get together back here to enjoy the outdoors when it is nice out. The nice thing about the Woods is that it is a short walk to our fitness center on campus, which is located, there's one located in the Student Union, but also we have a residential fitness center located in Honors, and also our Raider Mart, which is our convenience store to be able to use your meal plan. And so a lot of students will like that because it is a short distance walk to those amenities as well. So right now we are walking back up towards Hawthorne Hall, which you'll see is directly to the right as you're coming here into the Woods. And this is where Hawthorne Hall is where we are located as far as an office for staff. So your community director, as well as RAs, have an office located in this building, and my office is also located here, where you can come, and during business hours, we do hold office hours for you to come and ask us any questions that you may have. And then after these offices are closed in the evening, there is that resident assistant on call for any issues that you may run into. So we want to make sure that your safety and your security and any maintenance issues or anything that you're having problems with is able to be addressed. So again, these offices are here for you during business hours, and then you have on-call to help as well. So, and then we did show you, we did talk about outgoing mail. This is where you would drop any outgoing mail. There is a drop box right over here as you walk into the building. And so this is where our offices are located, and you'd be able to get a hold of us. And you'll have access to this because this door will be unlocked. Again, it is locked up in the evening time, but again, you'll have access to the RA on duty at that point. So Jeremy is showing you all of the offices right now. But that kind of concludes some of this tour. Outside our buildings, we also have the dumpsters conveniently located. So you will need to take out room trash and all of those, like taking care of your room trash and taking that out on a schedule and things like that. But we do have custodial and maintenance staff who will service the buildings, sweep the hallways, wipe down doors, and keeping the community clean. And then we expect residents to clean their own rooms and their bathrooms and take out their trash and help us maintain safe and healthy living habits. And you'll see that there's some mailboxes in this hallway, and this is another hallway for residential students. So at this point in time, I will take questions in the chat box. We did confirm it's $1.25 to wash and $1 to dry. I always mix those up. I'm like, is it $1 to wash or $1.25 to dry? So thank you, Shayna, for answering that question. Jasmine asked, do you have ice machines? We don't have any ice machines. So that is not something that we have right now, but there are vending machines. So you can buy sodas and snacks located in some of the halls as well. So if you want a cold beverage or other things, you can go down and get that. But there is a small freezer located in those micro fridges too that you could put a tray of ice cubes in. We also have a question about when is move-in day. So we right now classes are planning to start on August 24th, and so we always have move-in the week before that. And typically, first year move-in day is on that Thursday, and upperclassmen move-in day is on that Saturday. Again, with the university making plans of having virtual classes or hybrid or in person, and not knowing what those all consist of yet, we are working on contingency plans based on whatever the university decides. So once the university makes that decision, we'll be reaching out to everyone to talk through some of the different ways that we can be flexible with housing arrangements. And so, we're hoping to have those decisions made in the next coming weeks because our housing assignments do go out in mid-July for students as well. So. And then let me look over here in the chat again. Okay, so we just have some lists of amenities here. I would recommend that you go check out our First Look at Housing website. There are some virtual tours as well, led by a couple of our student ambassadors, as well as kind of an overview housing video. If you didn't see that on the orientation site, they're also located on our website, as well as some other FAQs. So make sure that you check that out. Are students responsible for cleaning their own restrooms? Yeah, so within the suite, you would be responsible for cleaning your own bathrooms as well. So our custodial staff and maintenance staff just clean the hallways and any common spaces and things like that, but they would be responsible for cleaning. Students would be responsible for cleaning their own restrooms, stocking their toilet paper and their bathrooms. So if you joined us last week for Hamilton Hall, those are stocked for students, cleaning up bathrooms and showers, and are done by our custodial maintenance staff. But in here, since it's suite style living, we don't go into people's units, and we don't. Students would be responsible for cleaning their own spaces. All right. Other questions that we have about living in the woods. We are doing a series of chats as I'm waiting for people to put their questions in the comments. So next week we'll be showing Honors Hall, and so that you'll want to join that. And then we will have completed our residence hall tours. And then after that, we'll also be doing our apartments. So if you have questions about the honors community or even the apartments, if you're thinking about what does that look like for my sophomore year and beyond as well, please join us. We'd love to have you. We'll also be posting, I am recording this right now, so I will be posting this for other students to access. And once we have more information, specifics about fall, we will post that on our website as well. So we'll try to keep you as up to date as possible. We are doing these through the month of June, and then in July, hopefully you'll follow our social media accounts so we can give more information out through that and through official communication as well. But you'll want to follow us on our social media accounts too. And I don't know if Carol, do you mind posting some of our social media accounts in the chat for folks so they're aware and they can start that following today? We have Snapchat.
I will do that.
Thank you. We do have a Twitter, we have a Facebook, we have Snapchat. So whatever your Instagram, so whatever your choice of social media, we post on all of them. So wherever you would like to follow us, your choice, we would love to have you following us to keep up to date on what's going on in housing. We're excited to have you. Are there other questions that folks have or are curious about? Anything? Leave it a few more minutes. Carol's posting those followings for you to check out our social media accounts.
Jen, did you answer the question about the cleaning the restroom?
Yes, I did. So, yes, that will be. You'll want to make sure that in your items and list to bring, you bring lots of, bathroom cleaning supplies as well as stock of toilet paper, which is now you can find. So that's great. That's great news. But if you ever do run out of those cleaning supplies or you run out of toilet paper or other things, our Raider Mart on campus, which will take meal plan, also stock those items for students. You don't have to worry about trying to keep up on stock. If you do run out, you can always head over to the Raider Mart for those personal care items. And the Raider Mart is nice because they carry, boxes of cereal and granola bars and things that fit in your mini fridge. So, you can't fit a gallon of milk in there, but you could fit like a half gallon, right? Or that sort of thing. So it's nice in that they stock things that will fit into the mini fridges, but also carry like fresh fruits and veggies and other things. If you need a break from eating in the dining hall, you can use your meal plan there. So it's just, again, short walk from the woods, very convenient. But there's also a Meijer next to campus. So if you want to, have stock up on some other non-perishables and other things like that, we are close and it is within walking distance to campus. So that is nice. Is there housing provision for graduate students? So many of our graduate students tend to want to live in our apartments, and specifically a lot of our graduate students tend to want to live in the village community just because it is a year, you can have the option of a year-round 12-month lease. But with that said, you could live in any community that you want as well. So it's not a problem, but many of our graduate students will choose our village or apartment communities or Forest Lane, the parks, any of those. I also see, are air fryers allowed? Yes, absolutely. Air fryers are allowed. You can have those. If the rule that kind of thumb, if you want to go look on appliances and what you're allowed and what you're not allowed to have, if you kind of keep the rule of thumb, like if it's closed, it's a no. So any open heating elements, but you can have like George Foreman's, you can have a crock pot. So there is a lot of, cooking that you can do in our residence hall rooms. And you'll see how creative folks get with creating, those cakes in a mug are really popular, right? So lots of things that you can make in a mug in a dorm room. Who would have known that you can make lots of microwave cooking, lots of crock pot type things that students can make. We allow toasters, which is awesome because how toast and bagels are like, beyond ramen and cereal. That's kind of what I lived off in college. So definitely allow a lot of different appliances for students to use as well. Other questions? I'm scrolling through here. Carol's listed most of all of our social media accounts, so that's good. Thank you, Carol. Yes. Okay. Well, I will, I think if people don't have questions, I will stay on here for a few more minutes if folks want to write anything in the chat, and we'll stay on here for a few more minutes. And if you need anything, otherwise, I think that concludes our tour of the woods today. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad that, you know, even though we can't see you in person, that you got on here today to engage with us, and we're excited about fall, regardless of whatever decisions made by university, and we're so happy to have you as a raider. Yeah, so Kim also put in here, last day to make changes to your housing application is July 1st. So if you have any preference changes after you've seen the communities, whether that be Hamilton or the Woods or Honors next week, and you want to make any changes based on what you saw today, you have till the 1st to do that. Also, any roommate requests and things like that will also be honored until that time. And then it'll be closed down so we can start working on the assignments to get those out to you all. Thank you again, and I hope everyone has a great day.
Jen, there's a question about room assignments.
All right. Room assignments will go out in mid-July, and we that's why that July 1st deadline is important. So mid-July they will go out, and you'll get an email to log into your Wings account and go to your housing to view those assignments and any contact information for roommates, and anything else you need to know, as well as accepting and understanding some of the different things that come with housing for the fall. I hope that answers your question. I can't give a specific date because it really just depends on the assignment process, but it will be that middle week of July sometime, I'm assuming.
For people who might be interested in some interim information regarding housing as well, there are a couple videos via our first look at Raider Living page on our Residence Life and Housing main page. So if you navigate to that, we have a couple of videos regarding not just what your amenities are, but why it is excellent living on campus, what the benefits are. So I would highly encourage people to take a look at those two videos that have been posted to our first look at Raider Living page. Again, that's on our Residence Life and Housing main page.
And Carol just put the link to the housing page so you can get to it right from that link that you just sent. All right, seeing no more questions, I am going to end this here, but thank you all again for joining us, and I hope you have a great day.